Hello, how are you today? It's time for a read aloud, think aloud. My name is Mrs Bluebird and the book today is called Sail Away. This is a book that I have had since I think I was about 4 or 5. It's a really good one. You can probably already tell it's Australian. How did you figure that out? Yep. We've got some Australian animals. Although one of them isn't actually an Australian animal. Someone brought it here. The cane toad. So this is written by Mem Fox and it's illustrated by Pamela Lofts. Two very talented ladies. Sail Away. The Ballad of Skip and Nell. 'Twas in the Northern Territory 2 dingo pups did dwell. There. The cattlemen, their neighbours, called 'em Skip and Little Nell. Don't you like how the lizard's tail is making like a frame for the words? It's really cool. One night, beside a low campfire, they heard the men talk loud about a boat race way out west that'd make all Aussies proud. One said he'd give his 2 eye teeth to be there at the race. My oath, too right, the other said, with longing on his face. See, they're listening, they've got their ears pricked up. Sounds great, said Skip to little Nell. Well then, let's go, said she. It's much too far across the land, but we could go by sea. The dingo pair set out to sea. Their hearts were beating fast. Their boat was but a red gum log, with neither sail nor mast. Now, I hope you've noticed that they've got the bare essentials. They've got all they need. They've got a teapot and a picnic basket. And that's all you need for a lovely day, really, isn't it? Can you think of anything else? Yep. Yeah, that's fair. Before too long, the log turned east, and Skip began to yell. We should be going west, he cried. Tough luck, said little Nell. We'll get there in the end, she said. It's just a longer trip. We'll see that race, I promise you. I hope you're right, said Skip. They travelled up and down and round and down, and then at last pulled in to happy Queensland, Sunshine State, to visit kith and kin. They made a friend while they were there, an old cane toad called Clyde. Look at his cool shirt. That is a fabulous shirt. I've heard about that race, he said. Would you give me a ride? Look at this beautiful hibiscus. So beautiful. They hollowed out the logs some more to give them extra space, and once again they all set off for that important race. In New South Wales they stopped a while to add a mast and sail. Now cheer up, Skip, said little Nell. Here she is. With these we'll never fail. You can probably see some very famous structures in the background there. What's this one? And what's this one? Yeah. And of course the harbour. They took on board a cockatoo. "Oh, let me come," she cried. So Skip and Nell and Clyde and Bird sailed out upon the tide. It's hopeless, little Nell, said Skip. We're travelling much too slow. We'll never get to Perth on time. We'll miss the whole darn show. Now, Skip, said Nell, enough of that. Of course we'll get there, mate. I'll just design a bigger boat and then we won't be late. Their next stop was Victoria, where near the Yarra Blue, a wombat friend, whose name was Ben, decided he'd come too. Although he looks a little bit nervous. I think he's very smart though to wear this life jacket, don't you? Yeah. They all began, as good mates will, to work both night and day until that boat was redesigned. 3 cheers! Hip hip hooray! They sailed towards Tasmania, did Skip and little Nell, and Ben and Clyde and Cockatoo felt seasick from the swell. Oh, yuck. At least, you know, it's very easy to just vomit overboard. 'Twas there a Tassie devil rare named Rupert leapt aboard. "I want to join your famous crew and see that race," he roared. "We'll need another sail," said Nell. "South Oz will be the place, to buy a splendid spinnaker to take us to the race." Now he's got binoculars, that's a cool idea. What do you think's going to happen? Do you think this boat is going to get overloaded? Are they going to sink? Is there going to be a storm? What do you think? Alright, let's see. 'Twas there, in South Australia, they found the bright red sail, which made their boat complete. 'Twas there they named it Dinky Di, and Nell's heart skipped a beat. A kangaroo then joined the crew, the one whose name was Kate. "Well, hurry up and get on board," said Skip, "or we'll be late." I'm sure you figured out this is a rhyming book, because you're very clever. Across the Bight through massive seas the Dinky Di was tossed by waves so high they reached the sky, and Skip thought all was lost. And then at last the wind died down, the Dinky Di stood still. "We'll never make it now," said Skip, and even Nell felt ill. And she's the one that's usually saying, "It's all right. It's going to be okay." Yeah, the penguin is chilling out. He feels all right. But friendly dolphins passing by gave him a helpful shove. They pushed that boat right on to Perth, while Cocky flew above. Be quick, the Cocky cried. "The race has just begun." "Oh, stone the crows," yelled little Nell. "I've never had such fun." The dolphins pushed with all their might. The boat sped through the spray. "We're in the race!" cried little Nell, and Skip knelt down to pray. They raced past boats, both big and small. They passed them, every one. The crowd went mad and roared and cheered. The Dinky Di had won. Now, that all happened long ago, but I remember well the day that boat race far out west was won by Skip and Nell. And there's the back of the book. Do you think that story was true? I want you to tell somebody near you if you think it was true or made up, and why do you think that? Because it's a pretty good story, and they say that truth is stranger than fiction, so you never know. Well, thank you for reading with me. See ya.